So this morning, I'm very excited to have a very special guest in studio. You've heard her name quite a bit on the radio station. She has been a supporter of some of the things that we're doing. And we've had Jean Marie Prince here before, actually, when the book came out. And we're very excited to have her back with us because she's been doing quite a few things since the last time we spoke. So please welcome author, songwriter, and TV host Jean Marie Prince. Good morning, Jean Marie. How are you?
Good. Good morning, everybody. And thank you so much, Pastor Rich, for allowing me to be able to come and speak again.
Appreciate not at all. It's a privilege to have you. We had you here, I guess, when you first put the book out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that was a major thing for you. And then a lot of things have been happening ever since. But for some of the audience that may not be familiar, you've written a book called Inspired Blessings, led by God to inspire the world with love, faith, and hope. And why don't you just give an idea of what the book is about, because you have an incredible story right from the day that you were 2 days old. You have an incredible story.
Sure.
I want you to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, basically, the reason why the book was written was because I was actually walking in the parking lot in the fall of 2010. I literally heard, do the book. And so I took a huge leap of faith, knowing I'm not a writer, did no formal experience, did not go to college. And this book was written in 8 months. I mean, you talk about taking a huge miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my life story where I was found 2 days old in a bathroom in Korea. I was abandoned, Someone found me, brought me to an orphanage, and I lived there till I was 5 years old.
Wow.
So I talk about my story. I talk about 14 other stories of other individuals. I mean, I had the nerve to call and ask people, would you like, can I share your story in my book? I mean, I'm like, who the heck am I? Am I? But, and then also God had blessed me with over 100 inspirations. And that had started in 1998 when I was laying in bed with my kids one morning and I started singing. I'm like, hey, let me write down what I'm singing. Mm-hmm. And little did I know, I wrote down 5 little short prayer songs, and that was the birth of Inspired Blessings. And so it's amazing when you take that leap of faith, when you know what you heard, and you just trust in God and you don't question it.
Well, it's key.
Look, what can happen.
Yeah. Well, and listen, anybody that is going to be obedient to what God says, you're only going to have a great outcome out of it. And so, again, friends, we're talking with Jean Marie Prince. The book is called Inspired Blessings, led by God to inspire the world with love, faith, and hope. So you mentioned that, of course, it's your testimony.
Yes.
You're here. You're sharing that you're found in the bathroom floor in Korea, 2 days old. You're brought to an orphanage till you're 5. And so what happened? How did you get, from there to here? How did all that happen?
Well, what I thought was amazing? The orphanage I actually was raised when I, till 5 years old, was owned by a Christian family.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And I actually have the paper that showed that my parents had a sign that they were going to bring me up in the faith of Jesus Christ. So to me, that is definitely the fruit of their labor.
Sure.
And so I'd be curious what happened with the other children there, because that I really feel was definitely a blessing in my life.
Right. And so the book is about, in part, it's about your testimony.
Yeah, it's my testimony of where the beginning was and through the process of even my faith, where I went to church every weekend. I was even a flower girl. I received all my sacraments. But doing all that, I still didn't know who God was. I believed in God because I was told to believe in God, but did I really believe the stories in the Bible were true? I really wasn't sure. Yeah. So I kind of share about what changed in my life that really opened my eyes. And, and I talk about how a girlfriend asked me if I wanted to go to Bible study. I said, I've always wanted to learn the Bible. And, God says, when you ask, seek, and knock, you'll find me. So I was very pessimistic. I would ask a lot of questions at the Bible study. All of a sudden, one day, like that, black and white, scales will remove, and it's just amazing that I was like, wow, Jesus Christ is really true, and I really am a sinner, because I thought I was perfect because I was very obedient to my family. I did what I was told to do. I didn't curse. I didn't smoke. I didn't do the things that the world would think that you're perfect.
Right.
So if it had to be based on works, I should have gone into heaven based on the worldly way. But I knew the fact that that's not the way. There's no one righteous, not even one. So at that moment, I just realized, oh my goodness, I do need Jesus Christ, and I need to be saved, and I need salvation, and I want everybody else to know as well.
Right. And friends, again, talking with Jean Marie Prince. The book is called Inspired Blessings, led by God to inspire the world with love, faith, and hope. And the book is available, by the way. You can get the book. You can go to her website, jeanmarieprince.com. That's jeanmarieprince.com, or on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com. And so you mentioned that you've interviewed other people. Are there other people with similar testimonies as yours, or just people that had incredible...
Random testimonials where mothers who desperately wanted to have children couldn't medically, but what God does, miracles. Okay, even a Jewish man who hated Jesus Christ. Anybody who told him about Jesus Christ, if Jesus Christ has something to tell me, let him tell me. Well, guess what? Has a near-death experience. And what do you know? He's one of those people now telling people about Jesus Christ. You know?
That's pretty cool.
You know, and I also talk about the events of September 11th and my experience and how, you know, what had happened and things like that. Where actually I wrote a story about a volunteer fireman who saved over 40 people on September 11th. Mm-hmm. But also people, you know, this one lady, she's like, I know that Jesus says by his stripes we are healed. And she knew the fact that was God's promise. So she's being wheeled into the surgery, and she's like, but God, you told me that by your stripes I am healed.
Right.
See what God does. So there's a lot of great stories, and, you know, just even trials where you got, mothers who desperately needed to feed their children, but then you got a husband who's addicted to, you know, drugs and taking the freezer meat out of the freezer to sell it instead of, you know, putting it on the
feeding family.
Yes,
sure.
Exactly. So so it's just, you know, through this book, I really feel, you know, the tagline is also keep inspired blessings within arm's reach to help give you comfort when others are lost for words. That's actually how I end my TV show that God had blessed me with.
Wow.
As well.
Speaking of which, and so you, before we get to your TV show, though, you went from the book. What came first, the book or the TV show?
The book.
I mean, the book and then the TV show.
No.
Right?
No, the book. Yes. I guess you could say. You could say.
Because the TV show was Inspired Blessings as well. Is that the title?
Yes.
Of your TV show.
Yes, the whole thing. Well,
right.
God actually told me to name Inspired Blessings because when I was thinking to name the company, because at one point I used to have my inspiration sold in stores across, America. And what happened was I was trying to think of the name, and I was calling this lady who had the gift of prophecy. Oh, no, excuse me. I was calling my girlfriend, and I was trying to think of the name like True Blessing. She's like, yeah, that sounds great. So I still wasn't sure. I step in the shower, and I'm like, God, what should I name it? The next thing, with feeling it sound from the middle of the chest and out of my mouth comes Inspired Blessings. And then I pointed my finger like a gun. I'm like, perfect. That's perfect. I'm like, you're right. So throughout the whole theme, Inspired Blessings has been with everything, even my CD that God had blessed me to come out with this year.
Speaking of the CD, let's talk about that because you've got a CD out. It's called Inspired Blessings, songs by Jean Marie Prince, but the songs are sung by other people.
Yes, thank goodness.
And
others.
How did that come about?
Well, like I said, when I was laying in bed with my kids one morning and I started singing, and that morning I wrote down little short 5 pair of songs. 2-3 years after that, what had happened was I was in the melodies and the lyrics would just come out. Didn't know when this would happen, so I would actually record. Have a tape recorder with me when this would happen, and that's how. And these songs, really, even the inspirations, only a half hour to 45 minutes that they were written, and they average about 20 lines.
Wow!
So it's just amazing. But like I said, God had given me the melodies with these lyrics. So God had blessed me with Paul Andrzejak, PMA, recording studios in Medford. Actually, what a blessing! And then he had introduced me to Emmy Pellegrino and Christine Lopiano. Also, the fact that then I had Naomi Piero, whom I know sings at my church. What an awesome singer as well, as along with Patrice De Lorenzo. And so she actually reached out to me from Facebook.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the song that we're going to play right now. So the song off of the CD, Inspired Blessings, called For I'm Not Even Born. And talk about that song and who sings it.
Well, you know what? It's Emmy Pellegrino, awesome singer. And the thing is that I believe it was you that I was listening to on the radio, when I was driving in the car, and you were talking to somebody, you were interviewing, and it was about partial birth abortion, and where she was mentioning that what they do is they drill a hole in the skull,
right?
They suck out the brain, and then they crush the skull, and then they pull out the baby.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember that interview.
Yeah.
Well, that's where this song, Believe It or Not, was inspired from.
Wow.
Okay, so when I heard that, I was appalled that this could actually happen.
Sure.
Because, not for nothing, I was found 2 days old in a bathroom.
Right.
But that's a better option than being aborted. I'm at least given a chance to live. And look what God has done.
Yeah.
And so that's where this song was inspired from. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, Jesus. Look
Appreciate
at that.
it.
It's amazing that I can actually be helpful in some way, shape, or form. Let's check it out. Here's For I Am Not Even Born right here on The Morning Drive.
Please let me live, don't let me die. If you know God, then do His will. Give me a chance to breathe the air that my Father in heaven has given me. Let me splendor of all the beautiful things that were created for me to see. Let my soul long for God, and let the Spirit of God come alive inside of me right now. I do not know right from wrong, for I am not even born. Please let me live, don't let me die. If you know God, then do His will. You are ending my life and doing wrong, taking my life away from me. If you're unable to raise me, then give me out to a loving home where parents are praying for me. Don't disobey your Father's word. I will feel His presence, and God will do His will within me. Please let me live, don't let me die. If you know God, then do His will. Please let me live, don't let me die. If you know God, then do His will. Let me live, don't let me die.
Positive, clean, family friendly. Hope Radio.
All right, friends, hanging out with us right here on this Tuesday morning drive time. I'm Rich Anderson, of course, hanging out also with author, songwriter, TV host Jean Marie Prince. And, of course, that song is called For I'm Not Even Born, and that is off of the CD Inspired Blessings. And a beautiful song.
Yeah, you know, it's just amazing. And Emmy does a great job.
She did a phenomenal job, yeah.
She did, and you know what? She's only 20.
Wow.
You know?
Wow, she could sing.
But I'll tell you this, before she was actually even starting to sing, and when she was looking at the lyrics, she started crying. And she's like, you know, to think the fact that her nephew, you know, how could anybody just do that?
Yeah.
You know, but God has actually opened up another door where somebody reached out to me, and she actually wants to take this song even further. And I'm praying that God's going to take it national, because I feel that any, you know, possibly pending mothers who are debating on whether on having an abortion, they'll think twice after hearing this song, that they'll be convicted to do the right thing.
Absolutely. And that's certainly our prayer here. And we appreciate you in taking the time to do something like that and write it and get it out. And, hey, when God tells you to go, you go.
Yeah.
You really don't have any options, do you?
Exactly. Yeah. So even the Long Island Coalition for Life, they're going to have me speak at their meeting in January. You know,
so
that's
awesome.
Yes, God's really opening doors to get the song out.
Doors are opening. And again, friend, we're talking with Jean Marie Prince, author, songwriter, TV host. And you can go to her website. You want more information, you want to get the book, Inspired Blessings, Led by God to Inspire the World with Love, Faith, and Hope. Go to her website, JeanMariePrince.com, JeanMariePrince.com. While you're there, also, you can purchase one of her, one of the over 100 Inspired Blessings unframed 8x10 original photograph inspirational prints right there at Jean Marie Prince. You can also get the book at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. A lot of great opportunities there. You can also get connected with Jean Marie directly there as well on the website in case you want to invite her to your church group or any one of the outreach or your women's group that you'd like to have her speak at. Here's a great opportunity. Your program airs on Cablevision, right?
Yes, it does. Yes, local media. I do have to just make this one side note. The CD, you know, is that also the CD is sold at Smithtown Gospel Tabernacle. So the fact that they're actually, you know, so what I'm saying,
in their bookstore. That's right.
Bookstores. You're right. And the fact that these will actually make great gifts. The book, the inspirational prints, and the CD. It's just been really a blessing that people have given me great feedback with it.
So go check it out at cdbaby@jeanmarieprince.com. Smithtown Gospel Tabernacle Bookstore, and of course your website is jeanmarieprince.com. You can also get connected. Go to Facebook, Inspired Blessings, and like her at Facebook, and Inspired Bless, and follow her on Twitter and Pinterest at Inspired Bless. Follow, and of course YouTube, Inspired Blessings, and go check it out. LinkedIn at Jean Marie Prince, and Google at Jean Marie Prince as well. So
yes, if people can help me out, I'm trying to get over. I'm trying to get at least 1,000 likes by the end of the year.
Well, there you go.
Okay,
well, we're glad.
Facebook.
We'll like it for you.
Inspired Blessings. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yes,
What's your
it is.
plans? Home, family? What are you doing?
No,
going somewhere else?
No, I'm going to my sister-in-law's, my brother's house, because it's my niece's birthday. So I'm thankful.
You don't have to cook?
That's right. But but this is an opportune time in the fact that I'm thankful for God, what He has done in my life, because He gave me a chance to live and give me a testimony to be, with through the TV show, through everything, to be inspire others with love, faith, and hope. And I'm just so thankful that God has given me that opportunity.
Oh, that's great. Well, amen. We appreciate you being here. And again, friends, go check out all the information and details again, JeanMariePrince.com. That's JeanMariePrince.com. Inspired Blessings. Woman of God, God bless you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much,
Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanksgiving,
It's a
everyone.
privilege.
Okay.
All right, quick break. We'll be right back. Friends, don't touch that dial. Stay right. We'll be back with a few other thoughts right after this.
This is Long Island's Voice of Hope. This is Hope Radio.